All right. Man United 1, Man City 2. Welcome to United View, innit? Mina, how you feeling, man? What was that game about?
You know what? I'm frustrated because I feel like we were in it pretty much throughout most of the game. City didn't look like they were the 10 out of 10 out.
They didn't look like proper City.
They didn't look like City, but also we didn't look like ourselves. And I'm going to start with, I'm sure Cam probably addressed it, and everyone else will address it. But David De Gea today was so frustrating.
He was rubbish.
It's not even rubbish, so frustrating. I was saying to Cam, me and Cam were sitting next to each other, and I was saying to him, if a keeper can save shots, if he's a good shot stopper, if he can claim the ball, if he can do all of that, I can overlook his inability to pass. But today he couldn't do any of that either. The first goal that we conceded, I didn't even get the chance to look at the pitch. I was turned away.
So was I.
I was turned away. I look back, I just see them celebrating. I'm like, what the hell just happened? It's so frustrating. Then when I watched the replay, he was so near to that post and he still didn't even dive.
He tried to. It's the first one. The first one. Yeah,
he does it all the time. He's like he's shocked that it's gone past him. Of course it's gone past you. You didn't dive.
Yeah.
You didn't even attempt to make a save. But even I'm going to talk about specifically the passing that frustrated me today, because there were so many instances where I saw, and especially when Garnacho came on, I saw the forwards kind of pinned against City's defenders. You saw Sancho pinned against their fullback. You saw Rashford in between the two centre-backs. Kyle Walker sometimes was tucking in to support Ruben Diaz, giving Garnacho all that space, and David De Gea he kept lumping it through the middle. Even before Garnacho came on, he was just lumping the ball through the middle, to a point where when the ball goes back to our keeper, people were moaning.
Yeah.
Imagine you're a footballer and people are moaning when the ball comes to you.
And that's why I was getting annoyed with Shaw, because he kept on passing to him.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, go forward, like, don't give it to him. You know, when you get to a stage where you're like, seriously, how many times are you going to play to that guy? It's going to be the long one, and Rashford's not going to compete for it.
And even when I was watching City's keeper, that's Ortega, that's their number 2 keeper.
Number 2.
Doing everything that you want your keeper to do. Everything that you want your keeper to do. We didn't really test him. He didn't really have anything that tested him.
Absolutely
today.
not.
He had a pretty, I'll say, it's a decent walk in the park.
Yeah.
He had a good walk in the park in terms of not having to do much. I don't know why people keep walking through, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. But he didn't have much to do, and he was practically on the halfway line at some points, which I barely saw David De Gea even come out of his 6-yard box too much. I don't want to butcher him, because I feel like across the pitch, we didn't get into third gear or fourth gear too often. Jadon Sancho, you're looking at Pellistri, Garnacho, you're looking at Anthony, Amad Diallo coming back next season. You can't be performing like that in a cup final. You cannot be.
Garnacho was so different compared to his.
Garnacho came on, everyone was on his feet every time, because you know he's live and direct.
Yeah.
You know, like AJ Tracy.
Yeah. I'm happy that you got me a smile out of You got a smile out of me, man.
He was live and direct, and everyone was standing up. Everyone was on their feet. He was trying. Sancho was frustrated. Marcus Rashford was frustrated. Ericsson was frustrated. Fred took about 30 minutes to get the game.
Fred tried.
About 30 minutes.
It took long.
And then I was just like, you look at the bench, who can we even bring on?
We brought on Weghorst today.
We brought on Weghorst and McTominay, went into a back 3. Don't know why he did that. Lumped the ball up. Nothing.
He can't, again, he's working off scraps. He hasn't got a lot to deal with at the moment. He's got third. He's done well. He's done as good as he can do in a season like this. So now it's like, what next?
What next is there's a few people today, I hope it was their final, and I don't mean this in a malicious way, but there's nothing wrong with outgrowing the team that you're at. There's nothing wrong with the team outgrowing you as a player.
Yeah.
Some people, I hope it's their final game for Manchester United. And even if they didn't play and they were on the bench, I hope that's
Who are those?
David De Gea, I don't want him to sign a contract extension personally.
Me too, I'm with you.
I was for it early in the season, now I'm fully against it.
That second goal was the Ben Rama special, you know.
Honestly.
I'm so mad at that. The second goal hurts the most, you know, because like, bro, firm hands, get it, like, oh.
It's frustrating. And even like Jadon Sancho, who I keep saying I'm gonna give him time. I'm sorry, but it's a dog eat dog world at this point. It's a dog eat dog world. Like when he performs well, and we've seen the last few games what he can do, but it's a cup final. I just keep telling myself that you are probably one of the most senior players on the pitch, because all of our experience, but like Bruno, Varane, David De Gea, who else is really that experienced? Sancho experience, Luke Shaw experience, Rashford experience. You're telling me Garnacho came on 60-something minute and he looked the best player. He had a better performance than all of you. Wan-Bissaka, shout out to Wan-Bissaka as well, because the first 20 minutes when we were down in the dumps, he was keeping the momentum going.
Yeah, he was trying. He was.
And Luke Shaw didn't really have that kind of fullback performance that Wan-Bissaka did.
He was doing nothing.
This is why Wan-Bissaka deserves to stay. He deserves to stay. Obviously, quite a few of them, Bruno, all of them deserves to stay. But we need to clear out. What's next? You said what's next?
Yeah.
We need to clear out. People need to leave. People need to come. We need a new goalkeeper. We need a central midfielder because clearly Eriksen ain't the man for the job. He's not the man for the job. Bring him on 60, 65 minute, dictate tempo. Okay, cool. But a game where you need people to be running non-stop, he's not the guy for that. We need a number 9. Today you saw, forget that we didn't even create a chance yet. Our first shot came from what? Rashford? When he lumped it over the bar.
Yeah.
That's like what, 60-something, 70th minute? We need a striker. Everyone, I need people to be threatened. I want players to feel threatened about possible transfers coming in and taking their space.
Well, with Sir Jim almost being confirmed, we'll see what happens. It is what happens, man. He plays shit. We move, man. Again, it was a decent season overall. 3rd place. Man United, we go into the summer and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm just annoyed with the way that the season has ended. Like, last game of the season, you want to end it on a high note, but you can't overlook.
We can't overlook what's done.
You can't overlook what Ten Hag has done, what he's worked with, and also to move forward, we need the club sale to be done. Then
absolutely.
Transfer window, bam,
and get into it
next season, and we're back at it again.
We'll see what happens. Listen, thank you so much, Mina. There you go. And no, look after yourself.